First of all, Luke Wright, you must be delighted. Your high score of your career. What does that feel like?
Oh, pretty special, yeah. I was just hoping for the 2 runs this morning. Obviously, it's never nice being overnight needing to, although it's better than being on naught overnight. But yeah, and then each time I've had to work really hard. Obviously, in the 90s it was a long time, in sort of 98, and even 99 took a long time, and then I got a bit of a flurry and a bit of luck on the way after my 100. But yeah, a special day. A couple of times I've come close to getting to 100 but missed out, but to do it today with obviously pushing on in a big game made it special.
You were really circumspect this morning. I think it was half an hour you took to make those couple of runs. Were you really thinking about that? You didn't want to get out then?
I think it was a bit like when I was on naught. If someone bowls well and hits a length straight, it can be hard to score, and you know, luckily Brownie was still ticking along and I just got stuck. I felt like I was hitting some nice shots but straight to fielders, and sort of the way the wickets felt the whole time. Sorry, if someone bowls straight over the stumps, hard to score, a bit of width and etc. you get away. And yeah, I got the same this morning. They bowled it well at me, but then once I got off and running, luckily the runs sort of flowed.
And the new ball was due as well about that time. Was that on your mind as well, that you and Ben, you wanted to be there and see the new ball off as well?
Yeah, I suppose we had a few things to think about. Obviously we wanted 400 for the points. We didn't want to be too positive and lose wickets, obviously give them the extra point, because you never know what points are going to be needed by the end of it. An extra point here or there could be the difference. But then obviously wanted to set something up to get bowling today as well. So there was quite a few things going on, but I think the first plan was just to get through the hour. Didn't want to go and make it hard for ourselves, and then once we've done that, obviously it sets up the day.
And when you got the 100, was it then licensed to go out and really have a go, because your next 100 came very quickly?
Yeah, I think it was. I didn't feel like I was doing too much differently. It's just, you know, as I said, I just got a bit of a flurry, got a few balls in my areas which helped, and yeah, got them away. And it was nice. I love batting with Brownie. We always seem to score quickly. You know, he's sort of more over to the off stump and opens up the leg side, whereas I'm probably more leg side and open up the off side, and same with the heights and everything. So I suppose we complement each other, and it helps each other probably get a few more loose balls.
And you certainly do that. 335 last year against Durham, 282 I think that partnership was this time. What is it about you two batting together?
I think, like I said, we're very different to bowl at. I think, you know, someone might want to bowl straight at me, but when Brownie gets down there, straight to him is often runs, and vice versa. I think that we complement each other, both try and be busy and put pressure back on the bowlers, and we get on well off the pitch, enjoy ourselves when we're on it as well, and yeah, so far luckily we've batted well together.
And was there half an eye on the weather as well, Luke, in terms of your innings and wanting to set a declaration to give you time to bowl Worcestershire out?
I think we always wanted time anyway, just with that wicket. It's flat wicket. It has turned a bit, but it's generally a pretty flat wicket. So we knew we wanted time, at least 4 sessions to bowl at them, and then by scoring quickly like we did, gave us that bit longer. But, you know, all the weather reports said we weren't going to get what we got, and the clouds sort of rolled in, and we got a bit of bad light for a while. But I thought we did it as a whole perfectly today. You know, it's hard to just go on the weather, but we've set ourselves up for hopefully an exciting day tomorrow.
And what about the wicket? Because were they almost bonus wickets with Luke Wells and Ashes Lady picking up wickets right at the end there with the seamers not allowed to bowl?
I think so, but I mean, that was the thing. When we were going out to bat, we wanted to only bat once. When we lost the toss, we thought it was quite a big toss to actually lose. We thought I gave them quite a big advantage because it was a used pitch. It was always going to deteriorate and turn more going into that last day. So I thought we set ourselves up nicely that way, and as you said, it has turned nicely, which, you know, I'm sure we'll see a lot of spin tomorrow. But obviously getting rid of Mitchell was a big wicket for us. He's a big player for them, and to see Wellesley get him as our so-called sort of part-timer was a massive bonus. But they both bowled really well.
How important has this match been, Luke? Because coming into the game, Sussex sort of on the brink of the relegation zone. How much resolve and determination was there in the squad to win this game?
I think there's that in every game. It just hasn't always happened. I think Yorkshire was a real good, big confidence booster for a lot of the lads. Obviously it was a flat wicket at Hove, but to go out after they posted a big score, a long time in the field, and a lot of our lads getting into some real good form. It's obviously a great 100 yards, Joycey. It put a lot of people in a good fin, and even a fin around the club seemed a lot brighter. So to take that into this, we've gained a lot of confidence, and there's a lot of determination to stay up. Got a few people back, obviously helps having CJ bowling the way he does as well. And you know, it's going to be tough at the end, but every point's going to count.
I don't want this to sound like a daft question, Luke, but how important is it for a side to remain in the first division of the Championship?
Well, it's where you want to play. It shows all players want to play in the first division. You see movement from players, especially ones who are wanting to go on and play for England, want to play in the first division. And you want to test yourself as players in the best division. You know, if worst scenario we did go down, I'd like to think we've got a good side still that can come back up, but you know, everyone's desperately not to have to do that, and if we play more like we have done in these last 3 days going into the end of the season, we've got a great chance.
To come back to yourself, I take no credit for this stat, but I saw it this morning. The first time you've scored 1,000 runs in the Championship as well.
Yeah, I've not really had many times to. I think last year was the most amount of Championship games when I got to 12 or 14 games. Throughout, sort of, I suppose, playing for England, I was always in and out with the one-day side, so it was sort of 7 or 8 games, and then I'd go back off to England. So I've never really had the chance. Last year was probably my best chance, but just fell short. But so to play all the games this year has given myself a good go at it, and yeah, it's nice to get to this point, but obviously it's never enough. You want more, don't you?
Well, I need to check the stats, but I think you might be the leading run scorer in the first division of the Championship as well. That's pretty satisfying stuff.
It is, yeah. I mean, to be fair to Johnny Burstow, I think he's had about 2 innings to get there as well. So yeah, it's a nice stat, but obviously he's been the absolute standout batter along with Hildy. But yeah, it's obviously really pleasing to get there, but it'll mean more if it helps towards us staying up.
And have you changed your approach this season at all, Luke, in the last couple of years in the way that you're batting?
I think just committing to that 4-day cricket, even last year was, you know, when you know you're going to be playing more of it, when you're coming back, as I said, for England, you're heavily concentrating on your next series, who is it going to be against, if it was India or Australia, so you go in the nets and keep practicing white ball knowing that's coming, and then you play the odd 4-day game. So I've just been able to actually prepare and practice and play it. I've just never done enough of it, I suppose, in my career to have the time, whereas the last few years I've had a good chance to play, and luckily I've had good results.
And some people, Luke, might regard you as a white ball cricketer. How good is it to score? I mean, you scored a load of runs, particularly the T20, but now you're scoring runs in red ball cricket. How satisfying is that?
Oh, it is, yeah. It doesn't. I've been asked that many times. It doesn't really bother me at all. You know, I was lucky to play. I've played a lot of games for England, which I was delighted for. And yes, I'd have loved to have played in the Test matches, got on a tour, but it wasn't to be. But you score runs for the club, not for for other people, whether you're a white ball specialist. But I'm averaging over 40 in my career for red ball anyway, so I've always thought I can play it. But it's nice to actually show it batting 5 in big games.
Terrific today. A word about Ben Brown. You said you enjoyed batting with him, and I guess his innings might have been slightly overshadowed by yours today, but it was a really important innings for the side.
Well, four championship hundreds in a year is absolutely outstanding, and we've really seen a massive change in him. He's always had that fight about him, but this year he's been real class, especially those early wickets were really tough early season, and he showed a real fight, and he's batting beautifully. I think he's up there in the top, he must be 10 players in the championship, and hopefully people look out for him. You know, there's always England selectors looking out for keepers, but if he's scoring 400s in a year, and hopefully he's got more to come, then he needs to be looked at.
Yeah, because he seems a keeper when he is keeping wicket. You don't notice him. You know, a sign of a good keeper.
Very good keeper, yeah. He's improved a lot. He works hard, and now he's really putting the balance. He's becoming a real senior member in the team, and yeah, it's great news for us. I mean, he's played some really important innings for us, and him and Machin have really come good this year, and that's what we need, more senior players, as you always need. But I'm really pleased for him. He's doing brilliantly.
And final question: the Federer Fields at first at Chris Jordan. There were a couple of crackerjack catches.
Yeah, I've never seen him. He dropped one before, and I've never seen him drop one before, and he was so angry with himself.
Really?
I was absolutely spewing with himself. Yeah, I don't think he's used to it. So, in the gloomy conditions, to take the 2 he took were absolutely outstanding, and it shows sort of the mark of him to bowl like he does, bat like he does, and then drop one, but then still go and take those 2. It shows the strength of him and how good he is.
Look, fantastic. Well done. Thanks for your time tonight, and well done today.
Thank you.